Hey, this is Badu from Brookdale Toyota. I'm here to show you the all-new Toyota RAV4 Hybrid. Now, Toyota is using all of their hybrid technology from the Camry, and then we have it here in this new package for the RAV4. It's going to look great, it's going to perform very well, and it's going to give you the gas mileage that you wouldn't expect out of a small SUV. But let's start here. Like I said, it looks great. It has, this particular is an LE model, and as I move up into the XLE and limited models, I'm gonna get more content. But safety-wise, starting from here, Toyota Safety Sense 2.0. Now, pre-collision system, ability to warn me when I'm drifting in and out of my lane, takes it a step further. Using the camera, I can read up to 4 different signs on the road and display them on the MID. And I also have the ability to, in this vehicle, detect cyclists and pedestrians in daytime, and in nighttime conditions, I can also detect pedestrians as well. So it'll warn you, slam on the brakes if needed to hopefully avoid a collision there. Now, lane tracing assist, a new feature for this car as well, will actively keep me following the vehicle in front of me and staying within the lanes, making it a little bit easier on those late nights when I'm coming home after a long day at work. Just kind of having that backup there to make it a little bit safer for me as I'm driving. Now, mechanically, the gas engine here is shared with the Camry, but coupling it with the electric system, it allows 219 horsepower. Now, to give you some perspective, the regular RAV4 is going to give me 203 horsepower, so I'm getting more power than the regular gas engine, and I'm going to do this on regular 87 octane, by the way. On top of it, we're getting up to 42 miles per gallon combined, so I'm getting excellent gas mileage and more power, really shattering a lot of the misconceptions people have about hybrids. You do have to drive them. Again, LE, 17-inch alloy wheels, and I can get bigger wheel and tire package as I move up. And on here on the inside, I'm gonna get that nice MID straight up front, very easy to see. A lot of storage compartments for where I would put my keys, as well as pens, just small items that I'd carry. Automatic climate control, very supportive front seats. And back here, we're gonna get a lot of room. You can have adults in here very comfortably. And if you have kids in there for car seats and so on, it's definitely not a problem. Getting them in and out, as well as making sure they're comfortable once they're in there. Now back here, we have more LEDs, a great amount of space. As I move up, we can get this power lift gate here. At a push of a button, we can open and close it. But take a look at that cargo capacity here. Low floorboard means that I can actually load items in here very easily without having to lift them up chest high. This piece here, I can remove and drop down to get me about a couple more inches of height if needed. And the second row seats do fold down when you need to, so that you can get even more space for those longer cargo items. Now I'm going to take you on the inside, show you what Toyota's done there. Now, as I mentioned, this particular one is the LE Hybrid, and if I move up, we can add quite a few more things like the sunroof, the leather seats and all. But over here, we have our typical light controls, and some of you might be familiar with this SOS button. That's part of our Safety Connect. It allows me to get in touch with Toyota in an emergency. I can push the button, talk to somebody. Should the vehicle ever get stolen, it will help the police track it down, as well as should an airbag deploy, they'll come on the line and make sure that I don't need help or send it as needed. Auto dimming mirror on the upper models as well. And take a look at this dash here. So this is a massive screen perched up here, very easy to see. I do not need to look down. I can just kind of glance sideways and get a lot of information from it. And if you have navigation system and so on, that will show up on here with Apple CarPlay, also Siri Eyes Free. Massive vents, help heat or cool this very quickly. And these knobs that we've seen on that new RAV4 just make it very easy to make the adjustments. As you can see, dual climate control, all automatic, very easy to adjust. And I have the ability to shut off the rear if needed. So if no one's sitting back there, no need to heat or cool it. Some extra storage in here, a lot of USB options in the vehicle as well. An electronic rear parking brake, with the hold function that allows me to hold the vehicle on an incline while I'm going from the brake to the gas and not allow it to roll back into onto oncoming traffic there. And this here allows me to adjust the different drive modes on this knob. So going from Eco, Sport, and you have a trail mode for some light off-roading, and EV mode, which will shut off the gas engine as much as possible and run strictly on electric. Now the steering wheel here, a lot of controls on here for cruise control, as well as my radio, Bluetooth, and this MID directly behind me. That'll show me a lot of information as to the different drive modes that I've selected. Also, my fuel mileage, all these electronic aids, and a lot of these screens we can scroll up and down to get a bit more information. Now, on the upper trim levels, I'm going to have an even bigger MID with even more information that can be shown from there. And as you can see, all very easy to read, very easy to access. So as a driver, a lot of information right at your fingertips. So the biggest thing with this particular RAV4, I think, is the fact that you're able to get Prius level gas mileage in a vehicle that will give you an awesome all-wheel drive system using an electric motor over the rear axle. So the gas engine only focuses on powering the front wheels, and that electric motor kicks in very quickly, packs a lot of torque to get the vehicle going. And every single time you start this vehicle, it will start in all-wheel drive. And then as it notices if we don't need it, it will shut off and walk away, stay only on front-wheel drive. So you have the ability to get that grip, that control whenever you need to, without sacrificing the gas mileage, and at the same time getting even more horsepower than a regular gas engine. So the XSE model in the hybrid is actually the sport version in the hybrid lineup and in the RAV4 lineup altogether. If you do have a chance, you gotta come try them. There are no compromises here in this new hybrid. You get better gas mileage, more power, all at the same time in the same vehicle. I'm Badu from Brookdale Toyota, and I thank you for watching.